Stream with me, Sha-day Johnson, where today I'm going to be reflecting on 2023 and sharing what I have planned for coaches in 2024. So, thank you for joining. I'm going to, as usual, just double check that we're actually live in the group because, sometimes tech is going to tech and not be live. Okay, perfect. We are. So again, thank you for joining me. I'm getting over a little cold, not the Rona, luckily, but if I sound a little weird or have to clear my throat, that is why. So today, is not necessarily a tech training, but I wanted to share what was going on because I do want to start sharing a little bit more like behind the scenes type things because I just think that's fun to do and people seem to enjoy it whenever I like randomly do it. So here we are with that today. So 2023 has been overall great year business wise. Personally as well. But we always have challenges personally, but I don't really get into that kind of thing necessarily on this platform. But business wise, I'm really excited because if you've been following my journey, you know that I created a course called Power Up with Paperbell, which is where I teach coaches how to use Paperbell. And really, it's like a roadmap on how to set up the back end of your business to scale to six figures. And so my goal this year, one of my many goals, was to actually, in case you don't realize there's like a big blank space back there because I usually have a bulletin board back there. And so my goal was to fill up that bulletin board with names of all of the founding members. And I'm super excited because I have the board right here. And guess what I did this year? I filled up the board finally. I'm so happy. So thank you to all of these lovely coaches from not any particular order, but we got oh my gosh, my camera is mirrored, so my arm goes the weird way. Anyway, Carolyn, Natasha, Jessica, Karen, Queen Kelly, Jen, Cheryl, Larry, Sharifa, Alicia, Henry, Naomi, Tammy, Carrie, Teresa, Pamela, Danielle, Sarah, Mary, Tiwana, Tia, Marissa, Amanda, Lakeisha, Stacy, Angela, Oscar, Kimberly, Elena, and Chastity. Thank you all for becoming my founding members of my course, Power Up with Paperbell. I'm so happy and honored, truly. I want to make sure this doesn't fall. Truly honored because this was something that I decided to do when I decided, hey, I'm going to take the leap and become a course creator, a content creator, and not necessarily work like one-on-one anymore directly with coaches like I had been the previous year. When I started out as a virtual assistant and then transitioned to a tech strategist. And that's when I found this passion for, helping coaches with the tech, the behind the scenes tech in their business. And eventually, because I also have a full-time job, for now, I was like, okay, I just don't have the time to dedicate to like helping people one-on-one right now. So what can I do to still like grow this business? Because I do want to quit my job and I want to be a full-time entrepreneur. Or what do I do? So I was like, okay, well, let me create this course. I think it'll be super helpful. And a lot of you thought that it was. So I'm super happy. That I finally filled that board, and now in moving into 2024, obviously I hope to have 1,000 times that as far as coaches enrolling in this course. And if you're interested, you can find it at shadayjohnson.com/course. It's Power Up with Paperbell. And the other thing that I wanted to do this year for coaches was grow our Facebook community. So if you've been around for a little bit, you know that it's had a few iterations. I think I first started out as like behind the scenes tech for coaches or something. I don't even remember the name now. But then eventually it was the Paper Bell Society, because it's highly paper bell focused, obviously, since that's like my specialty. But then this year I decided to expand it a little bit, still focusing on paper bell, but really wanting it to open it up to like not just coaches who use paper bell, but coaches who just in general wanted to learn about tech in their business and learn about automating their business as well as growing their coaching business. So that's when I decided to change the name to Automated and Abundant Coaches. So if you are not in that group, if you happen to be watching on YouTube or on like my Facebook page right now, definitely go ahead and get joined over there. And so the great thing is that we have now officially crossed 200 members in that group, which is amazing, amazing, amazing. I mean, I remember when I was struggling to get like 10 people in this group, right? So just goes to show that it is possible if you are trying to grow a community, it is possible to grow your audience. It just takes some dedication, it takes some legwork, lots of behind the scenes strategies, which maybe I can go in a different day, but I'm super excited about that. And I want to thank every single person inside of this community for being here with me because it really means so much. And I'm really excited to share like what I'm going to be doing in 2024. So, okay, I'm looking at my notes. So the other thing is let me check the chat. I just realized I didn't have the chat open. Someone says congratulations, yay! Thank you so much, Facebook user. Let me drop in the comment what's your name is because I want to make sure I know who's here. But thank you, I'm so happy. So I don't even remember if I introduced myself, but if in case I didn't, I'm Sha-day Johnson. I'm the tech strategist for coaches, and I focus on helping, or I teach you how to streamline and automate your business using my favorite tech tools, one of them being Paper Bell. And so yeah, that's me. I just feel like my voice sounds so different. I'd like, how you can like hear, it just sounds weird, but the cold I'm getting over it. So I'm happy about that. Anyway, the other last thing I wanted to mention for, as far as reflecting on 2023, as you can tell, I love numbers. Well, I don't really love math, but I love like data. So I love a good spreadsheet. I love, analytics, like give it all to me. So, I track, these things in my business, which we all should be doing because there's like a quote, I forget exactly what it is. So I'm paraphrasing and I forget who said it, but it's something like, if you don't track it, it's not going to actually grow, something to that effect. So it's like, you got to actually be tracking things to see the grow. I don't know. Okay, Sylvia. Oh my gosh, so good to see you. Okay, I know exactly who you are. Hello, thanks for joining. From Charlotte, North Carolina. I've never been there. I need to do an East Coast visit at some point in my life. Well, I've been there before, but not to North Carolina specifically. Okay, so the last thing for 2023 is, as you all know, I have a YouTube channel and I was actually trying to get it to 1,000 subscribers this year. And so the year's not over, but I haven't quite reached 1,000 subscribers, but I did cross over 800 recently. And so I'm flabbergasted. I don't like speechless because even 1,000 just seemed like, yeah, that was my goal. But at the same time, it was like, really. But as the numbers started growing, I was like, well, actually, maybe this could actually, this could happen this year. Well, let's just stay positive, keep it going. So, it's over 800 now, and I'm just so excited because really for me, even though I love the numbers and stuff, my biggest thing is, okay, how can I have the greatest impact? How can I provide the biggest, transformations for coaches? So I like looking at the numbers, but it's not necessarily like like I don't look at it as like a vanity thing. It's more of, because a lot of people will be like, oh, subscribe to my channel, I don't care who you are. But it's like, no, I want you to subscribe to my channel if you're actually a coach and if this information is actually going to help you, because then that's going to tell me like, oh, more people want this information versus, people just like subscribing out of pity or whatever. So to know that, I would assume majority, because I know a couple of them are like my friends who like aren't coaches, which is fine. I still love them. But to know like the majority are, people who actually need this information that I, so passionately, feverishly try to provide, is just very encouraging. So I'm very, very happy. So even though, I haven't quite hit the 1,000 mark, that's totally fine because I know it's going to come eventually. And I'm just grateful. So I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's talk about 2024. I am very, very, I love a new year. I even love like the beginning of a month. I'm very much one of those people that's like, yes, new year, new me, new month, new me, new start, all that. I love like setting goals and all that stuff. Um, However, it dawned on me. I was like, Sade, what's your word of the year going to be? Because I love choosing a word of the year. Previously it's been, I don't even have them memorized. So let me not even go that route because I can't remember what they were a few years ago. But anyway, the word came to me actually this morning because I was like, oh, I really want to do this live talking about 2024. What is even my word of the year? Because it hadn't really like sank in yet, during like when I try to do my morning meditations and stuff. And so today it was like consistency. That is my word of 2024. If you have a word of the year, drop it in the comments because I do want to know what it is. Or if you have a few that you're trying to, pick through, drop them. I want to know. So mine is consistency. And the reason is because this year for me in 2023 was really about trying lots of different things. I dipped my hand and toes in lots of different strategies. You know, like I said, I filled up this board because I see more people are joining. I filled up my founding members board for Power Up with Paper Bell. All right. And I'm so, so, so honored. And doing that, to do that, I had to try different strategies. I had coaches throughout the year, mentors. I still do because I'm never without a coach. Well, I shouldn't say never, but I'm hardly ever. Oh my gosh, come on, work with me. I'm hardly ever without a coach, and that is because I. Oh my. Okay, and that is because I tend to. I just don't do well without support. Just plain and simple. I don't do well without guidance, without support. That's why I love coaches so much. Anyway, so I tried a lot of different strategies this year. However, I would implement a strategy, but not necessarily stick with it for like a good amount of time to really see the effects. I did it enough to obviously to get some results because I did see results in my business, but I wasn't necessarily sticking with it for at least like a good 90 days, or I would just like I just thinking about specific scenarios, like I pivoted too quickly, changed little things a little too quickly, just I wasn't consistent. Okay. When it comes to my YouTube channel, I hit the 800 subscribers, but I didn't get 1,000. And I think I know why. It's because I wasn't consistent with actually posting videos every single week, like I told myself I was going to at the beginning of the year. So, I'm not trying to like harp on myself. I try to give myself grace, but I do like to look at things, with a critical eye to say, okay, Sade, you said you wanted this, but are your actions actually reflecting that you want this thing? So that's my word for the year, consistency. And speaking of that, I do plan to actually post YouTube videos weekly. I'm working right now to actually record them now because that was my problem was I didn't really have a good system behind the scenes. And I love a good behind the scenes system. I didn't really have a good system behind the scenes to like get those videos out to you. And like, if you are looking to start a channel, I highly encourage it because I do attribute it to my growth this year, business wise. Um, but it's no joke. I'm just gonna be plain and simple. Like it's not easy. People make it look super easy. Which gets easier over time, don't get me wrong. But it takes a lot of work to you gotta do the research, you gotta do the scripting if you are a script type of person. You gotta get camera ready. You got to actually do the recording. And then my part that I personally just find the worst is the editing. And that is just because that is not my zone of genius. And I do eventually want to outsource that, but it's just not the time for that right now. Um, in 2024, that is like definitely going to be something I'm gearing towards. But anyway, I want to have weekly videos. So that way, even if I don't hit the 1,000 subscribers, I know I did everything in my power to try to do that. Okay. The other thing that is coming in 2024, and this is like the thing I've been thinking about all year, wanting to do all year, but really was trying to actually stay a little consistent and focus on just the course, is I am going to be starting a membership. I'm very excited about this. I don't have the name of it yet to announce. I don't have the specific details, but I wanted to involve you guys in this early on because I do want to show like behind the scenes of it. And so my vision for this is for this to be like a tech membership club hub. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be, but a vault of some sorts for coaches that's going to be at like a super affordable price point. And it's going to be where you have access to different tech tutorials, different tech resources that are aside from or outside of Power Up with Paper Bell. So, because here's the thing, I love Paper Bell. Paper Bell is amazing, and that is like the main tool that I think coaches should have. However, there are other tools that will like complement Paper Bell. Like for example, Paper Bell is it's like a CRM, so it handles scheduling, payments, client management, contract signing, all of that. But doesn't handle email marketing, and it shouldn't because it's built for a totally separate thing. So if you are a coach, you need Paper Bell, but you also need like an email marketing system. And then you also need like a project management tool. Like, I love Asana, but you might be using Trello, you might be using ClickUp. And then there's like a lot of other little things that go into just making an entire coaching business, a successful coaching business, especially online. There's just so many tools. And on top of that, there's the community aspect. So I would want this membership to include some sort of probably like Q&A calls, maybe co-working sessions, because I would benefit from that. Personally, I'm like, even if nobody else shows up, it's like, well, this is on my calendar. I'm showing up and I'm working today. Maybe networking calls. Like I have a big vision for this. So I'm working on that this month. That is like my main objective. And okay, hold on. Sylvia says, this is Sylvia, and I find this to be confirmation because I want to start a YouTube channel vlogging. Yes, you totally should. Oh my gosh, I love vloggers. Love, love, love them. I have considered doing that myself, but honestly, I just don't do enough during the day as far as like going places. I'm in the house all day for the most part. But you know what? I take that back. That's a limiting belief, as my coach would say. That is a limiting belief because even I'm thinking about it now. Sometimes I do watch vlogs and people are literally just working all day in their office all day. So forget I said that. Maybe I need to rethink that. So I can't wait to see. Let me know when you start it. Send me the link. I will subscribe because I love vlogs. And I'm hoping to like kind of switch up my what's it called, my content next year. I did it a little bit this year, but I want it to really be significant next year. It's like, okay, yes, I'm gonna have the tutorials, but it's like I can only do so many tutorials, right? Especially since I'm going to be starting a membership that's going to have those tutorials. But I want to have like the behind the scenes entrepreneur, look at me working all day. Here's what I do to build my business, because I want it to be like inspirational. And I'm just looking at it as like a viewer. Like when I view people and I see them doing what I want to do, it makes me get up to do what I want to do. Right. So I'm hoping to have that same impact. So, okay, so about the membership. So yeah, there's going to be that community aspect as well. So I'm super excited. Let me know if that is something that you think I should like move forward with. Drop the word membership in the comments. If you're like, Sha-day, yes, sign me up. I don't have a link yet because I literally, like I said, this is something that's being built in the process. And that's what's coming in 2024. So to recap, 2023, I filled up my founding members board that you usually see back there with all my Power Up with Paper Bell students. And I hope to have even more in the coming months and years. Our Facebook group, Automated and Abundant Coaches, crossed over 200 members. And then YouTube subscribers, over 800 now. And now in 2024, I will be having weekly YouTube videos. I'm gonna get my system together, guys. I'm gonna get my system together, okay? Weekly YouTube videos, and a new tech membership for coaches. So lots to come. I'm super excited. Let's see. Someone says, have a channel and haven't done any videos. Consistency and execution are my 2024 words. Love that. Love that. I'm telling you, you already did the first step. You created that channel. Love it. Okay. That's more than what a lot of people have done. So go ahead, get your first video together. I'll tell you from experience, especially getting the first like 100 subscribers is like the hardest. That's like the teeth pulling time. And the reason is, from what I've learned, is because YouTube is learning who to show your videos to. So like the algorithm is learning who watches these videos, who needs these videos, So unless you happen to like, of course, there's those lucky people who post one video and they just happen to go viral because maybe it was on something that was super trendy and super like, being searched for in that exact moment. Fine. But for the most part, the rest of us are having to teach the algorithm, who we want our videos to go to. So just put whatever is on your heart out there. That's what I would say. Whatever. And the other thing is, action brings clarity. So if you're thinking, I don't even know what to post, I don't know, literally make one video and I'm telling you, like your brain is going to like expand just by doing one video. And sometimes you'll do a video thinking like, oh, no one's really going to watch this. And then you'll get a comment that says, oh my gosh, this was exactly what I was looking for. Thank God you came along. Like I've gotten those comments and I'm like, really? Let alone me. I almost didn't post this because I thought it was terrible. I go back to even videos I did a month ago and I'm like, oh, what? But people will comment and say it was helpful. So I was like, well, that means I'm doing my God-given what my God-given assignment. That's all I can do. So yes, you have to get out of your own way. Exactly. And someone says, congratulations. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I'm so, so grateful because of all of you. Like, this is literally the reason I am doing all of these things. Okay. I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for you. So consistency all 2024. I can't wait. Let me know what your word for 2024 is. Let me see. Okay, I'm about to have a big call to action here. Okay. So remember, end every video with a call to action. So let's see. Usually supposed to end with one, but I got multiple. So let me know what your word of the year is. And let me know if you are interested in my tech membership for coaches that I am going to be launching in 2024. Just put the word membership so I can just gauge, what are people even caring about this? Because the one thing I've learned in 2023, and I learned this the hard way, is don't launch something without doing market research first. Because you're going to launch it and then it's not going to sell. And then you're going to be like, oh no, I suck. I'm terrible. I'm this. And it's not even that. It's literally that you just created something that people didn't want, but you have a different idea that they might want. So you got to do the market research first. All right. Okay. So thank you for joining me this week. I appreciate it. I will see you next week for our live training that we do every Wednesday on or at 12 p.m. Pacific time. All right. I'll see you then.